it. Go off. Go off. Go off.
Peace, everyone. Peace. Today's topic is about postpartum depression and self-care, self-love. All right, so this has been something that I've been wanting to talk about for some time. Just really didn't know how to really, get deep into this topic or this subject without people, feeling some kind of way. A lot of people don't really want to talk about, depression and even self-love and self-care. They don't want to, actually face that issue that they're struggling with, and so today, this is what it's about, facing that issue, talking about it and expressing it, because it's not only women or mothers in depression, but also fathers experience postpartum depression as well. Actually, it's a form of what they paternal postnatal depression is what they call it. That's the actual diagnosis for the men. Paternal postnatal depression. So, like I said, there's a lot of people that go through it and they don't get no help. They kind of just turn to maybe a family member. That family member brushes them off, and they start feeling like, I can't talk to nobody. So they hold it inside. Postpartum depression turns into something more severe, which is major depression. And we all know what comes out of major depression in some worst case scenarios. So we're going to talk about right now, having a newborn baby or having children, period, and the importance of self-love and self-care and what can be done and what shouldn't be done as well, during that process. I have a special guest that's coming on. She's been on a couple of my shows, a couple of my segments. Her name is Nekhebet. She is a first-time mother who has been experiencing the postpartum depression herself. So I'm going to welcome her on the show. And this, like I said, is a pretty deep topic. It's a touching subject, and it needs to be talked about. So welcome to the show, Nekhebet. Welcome to the show.
Peace. How y'all today?
Peace. So I've been trying to
get a hold of yourself.
woosah with this, you know what I mean? Trying to woosah. I've been kind of stumbling over my words, just thinking about the whole topic in general is very touching and emotional. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know, it's so emotional. Just the whole thought of it is emotional. All right. So what I'm going to do is start off with my own situation, and what I've been through. A lot of people have read my first book, which was called Scars. And I kind of went real deep and kind of pinched some people's nerves with some things I said in my book and so forth. But something I went through that a lot of people didn't even come to me about was the depression. No one spoke on that depression that I expressed throughout my book. You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I basically dealt with that depression on my own, So I ended up experiencing, I guess you would say, my first serious moment of depression when I had a premature child. Okay. A lot of mothers experience depression, postpartum depression, when they give birth, a little bit after they give birth, especially if they have a child that's hospitalized. I'm one of those mothers. My first child, he came early. He was well, not my first child, but my first preemie child. He came early. It was unexpected. I didn't even know I was pregnant, and he ended up in the hospital. Okay. He had breathing issues, he had heart issues, and so forth. I didn't know how to cope with that. I didn't really know, because from the very beginning, I never really knew how to be a mother. I just kind of went with the flow. I went with the wind. You know what I mean? So I never had that actual guidance telling me, hey, this is what you should do. This is what you shouldn't do. Do you know you want to talk to? I never had that. So having to go through having a premature child was scary. It was scary to me, especially seeing this little baby about that big. He had to been maybe about 14 inches, I believe the hospital said. 13 or 14 inches. He was very, very short. Yes. and he was hairy, and the baby didn't look like an actual kid. So that was something else that kind of scared me. So I'm like, what is going on? Why this came out of me,
Yeah.
And he was breached. I had him feet first. So it was kind of like the whole process was kind of like, oh my goodness, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who to turn to. You know what I mean? He was sitting in a hospital. I didn't know if he was going to live or if he was going to die. I didn't really know much of anything. So during that process, it was hard for me to eat. I couldn't sleep. I had to take care of my other children who were at the house. I didn't have that support from his father because their dad had just went to prison for murder at that time. So I was alone.
Yeah.
I was alone, and I didn't know what to do. I just had no clue. I didn't know what to do besides go to the hospital, sit with this baby, kangaroo this baby, put him on my skin, and breastfeed him, and that was it. That's all I knew was what the hospital told me to do. I couldn't eat. Like I said, I lost weight. I lost lots of weight. I went down to 99 pounds, 5'3", 99 pounds. You know what I mean? I think at one point I might have been 97 pounds at one point.
Nice.
I was little, very, very little. And then the people around me were not honest with me. They wasn't telling me, hey, you know what, you're too small. You look like you don't look too well, or you look sick. Instead they're telling me, oh, you
Sugarcoating.
look good, you don't look bad on you, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Instead of just being honest and saying, you know what, Nick, like you look terrible.
Yeah.
You need someone to talk to. Have you been
Yeah,
eating?
what's wrong?
Have you been sleeping? What's wrong? No one asked me those questions. So I went a while dealing with depression. You
By
know what I
yourself.
mean? By myself, all by myself. And I was a bag of bones, literally. I was so small and tiny. What happened was, because I had my son a few days before my birthday, literally. My birthday is December 18th. I had my son on December 15th. Okay.
Okay.
So Christmas had came around. And Christmas, it was Christmas. Christmas had came around, and I had foster children at the time. So the agency came by and brought the foster kids like a lot of gifts. Well, everyone in the house gifts, put it like that. But the foster kids had gifts. So what I was doing was taking pictures of the foster kids, opening their gifts so I can give them to their parents so their parents could see their children opening up gifts. Well, I was sitting next to one of the children on the floor, and I happened to see that picture, and my leg looked about that big. And I was like, oh my God. I looked at the picture like, what? Like, that's what I look like?
You clean yourself.
Yes. Like, and this was like, what, 10 days after I gave birth. And I was looking like, oh my God. Like, I look very, very small, And people were like, it's not that bad. Yes, it is. My leg looked like a hot dog. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it did. It looked like a hot dog. And I'm like, no, like, I'm sick. Something's wrong. So I went myself, and I went to go speak with someone, like, something's wrong. And I showed them the picture. I brought the picture with me, like, look at my leg. Like, I'm like disappearing.
Yeah.
I'm disappearing. The doctors asked me the questions, like, how have you been feeling? Have you felt like this? Have you ate? The questions they ask you to see if you're depressed. They was asking me those questions. Boom, they pinned me with postpartum depression right then and there, 10 days after my baby born. That lasted until my son was about 1 year old, the postpartum depression. I went through, and I kept going through, and then I just had to break myself out of it on my own because no one was helping me. No one even cared to ask me, how are you feeling today? How do you feel? No one cares, because when you have the newborn baby, it's all about the baby.
Right. How's the baby doing?
How's the baby doing? No one asked me one time, how do you feel? Have you ate today? Have you drunk any water? Have you put any fluids in your system today? No one asked me that. And because I was very young too, in my early 20s, when I had this child, and I needed that extra the extra, push to go forward, because my mind wasn't right at that time. You understand what I'm saying? And that was my first episode of postpartum depression. My second was with my second premature baby I had. I had 2 preemies. And my second premature baby, he sat in a hospital for 3 months. He had to have 3 heart surgeries. He had to have 3 heart surgeries. And his father didn't want to be there. It was kind of like
made
a
it even
force.
harder on you, because
Yeah, it was kind of like a force to keep him around, to be there with the baby, because it was hard on him. But see, what I didn't realize either at that time was he probably was going through depression himself. You understand what I'm saying? And I was so young, I couldn't even think about that. Like, okay, this man is not. Yeah, this man is not. He don't want to be around my baby. Blah blah blah. Well, F him then. Whatever. Like, I'm not gonna keep begging him to come see our baby at the hospital or to be ever, but not knowing that he could have been possibly going through postnatal depression. You know what I mean? I didn't know that. And to this day, I really don't know if he was, but the things that he said were so harsh that I just felt like he was just an evil being, So, but I went through that depression again. Once again, that might have lasted about 9 months, close to a year. And I snapped out of that. I lost weight again, but when I happened to see myself, I woke up like, okay, I'm about it.
Something's wrong. I gotta fix it.
Something's wrong. But see, I had to actually go and seek help. I went to go speak to a counselor. You understand what I'm saying? And I had to seek help because I felt myself, I was feeling manic. You understand what I'm saying? Like it started getting beyond postpartum depression with my second baby. You know what I mean? Like it went where I wanted to hurt people. I wanted to hurt people. I was very, very angry. I started smoking like crazy. It was like I was trying to find a way out of that mindset, mindset I was in. So so it was just like I was doing the most, and it's very, very important that us as mothers and fathers, we have someone to talk to when we have a newborn baby, whether you're a first-time parent or a sixth-time parent. You should always have somebody to talk to, someone that you can entrust, someone who someone, because I was doing some research, and it says that 75% of women experience postpartum depression, and 1 out of 4 men experience postnatal depression. And then it said that 1 out of 10 women in the United States experience major depression.
Man, those numbers are high.
Very high. Very high.
Very.
You know what I mean? But in our community, a lot of our people don't like to seek help. And they don't like to talk about their whatever might be going on with them. So I know one thing, right? And I've been noticing on social media a lot of fathers that have children, and a lot of them, and a lot of these fathers, express like kind of they feel they're being taken out of their child's life. You know what I mean? They feel like the mom is being vindictive and hateful, and being spiteful, bitter. You see a lot of our bitter Black moms. Like you'll hear that a lot, But I think what it is these men are not thinking about these moms that just had a baby, what they're going through right here and right here, that that depression. That's the same thing with the women. The women be like, oh, he's not there. He didn't, whatever. For example, when we were speaking about your situation, you know what I mean? He's coming, he's going. You know what? A lot of the times, these fathers are experiencing depression themselves, but they don't know how to relay what's going on the inside. They don't know how to speak about it. You know what I mean? So they just back off. They back off. And then all of a sudden they're, boom, the deadbeat dad.
Mm-hmm.
you know, because then they
Yeah.
don't know how to come back to the situation and rectify it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to fix it. They don't know how to
Right.
express to the child's mom, you know what?
I messed up.
No, you know
Yeah.
what, Marie, say your name. You know what, Marie? I was
Mm-hmm.
going through some things. I didn't really know how to cope with it. I'm sorry I took it out on you and Junior. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
don't know how to express that. And so they just kind of stay away because now they don't want the backfire of Marie. Because now Marie's
Mm-hmm.
mad at him. Marie's mad.
Yeah.
Marie's livid at him because he done disappeared for X amount of time. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And now when he does come back, she's like, get away. You ain't been here.
Yeah. Then it's a whole
I've been doing this all by I don't need you.
turmoil.
I don't need you. It gets to the point where yes, it gets to the point where the woman's like, I don't need you. I don't need you. You ain't this, you ain't that. You know, then they just start hating each other. And that's when the bitter names come about. She bitter, he's a deadbeat, blah, blah, blah. But no. That's
Yeah.
not it's what it is you both have problems. You
Mm-hmm.
both have problems that have not been fixed, have not been addressed in any kind of way. So you take it out on each other.
Right.
And then the baby
Toxic
or
to the
the
child.
children,
Mm-hmm.
then the child or the children are sitting there in the middle not knowing what to do. They're
Right.
without a parent.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes they end up without both parents because whoever the parent is that has that child, they done lost their
Toxic.
mind. They done
Yeah.
lost their mind.
Yep.
They can't even deal with their own child now. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, what are your thoughts on this? Because again, you are a first-time mom who not only is a single mother, but you're a single parent at that, which is
Mm-hmm.
even harder to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, I've been in your shoes. I've been in your situation, being a single mother and a single parent. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of people don't know the difference between a single parent and a single mother or a single father.
Yeah.
There's a
Huge difference.
huge difference there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, huge difference. A huge difference. Being a single parent, come on, let's be real about the single parent. Being a single parent means that you are the only one taking care of that child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Being a single mother does not mean that you're necessarily a single parent, because that father can still be
Right.
active in
Right.
doing what's necessary for that child or those
Mm-hmm.
children,
Yeah.
you know? So how has it been for you being a single mother and a single parent?
Well, it's been hard. When I first brought Khalil home, well, going throughout my pregnancy, I kind of knew towards the end that I started feeling some type of way. I say 7 months pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
I started feeling some type of way, like I don't want this child, you know. Khalil was playing, my baby was playing. So when his dad walked away, it's like now I have to do it by myself. So after going through the whole pregnancy thing by myself, by the time I was 7 to 8 months, I was over it. Like I'm like hoping. I had a talk with my doula, and I'm telling her I don't really feel like I'm going to be able to give him the love that he deserves because I don't feel like I love this child because of what I'm going through. So once I had him, feeling was totally different. Like the feeling was different. It was something I never felt before. A type of love I never felt before. So when I did bring him home, you know, I'm a first time parent. First, he's my first child, first and only child. So when I brought him home, he was good. And my mom was here, but as soon as my help left, the second week is when I started to break down because I didn't know everything that I need to know about parenting. I've never seen anyone be a parent, you know, even growing up. Later on in life, my mom was a good mom. During my younger years, I don't believe she was. If we're just going to tell the truth. So, I don't know. So I've never seen what I was supposed to do. So when I asked questions, my family started being like, huh, you don't know that, you know? So I felt like I should just hold everything in. And it was no way for me to release my emotions or ask for help. Because when I asked for help, I felt like I was being judged. So it was one day that I just broke down. I didn't know what was wrong with him. He was crying. I had changed his diaper. I had fed him, burped him multiple times. I'm like, I don't know why he's crying. So I felt myself getting mad because I'm like, why are you crying? So I had to remove myself because I got mad to the point where I wanted to hurt him. So I closed the door to the room and I came in here and I just broke down. And the next day I called my doctor because they did let me know to contact them if I felt depressed or if I felt any kind of way and they can help me, you know. So I contacted my doctor and he gave me this woman's number. Her name's Ebony Driver. So I went and spoke with her. She's a therapist. I went and spoke with her, but I was only able to go to 2 sessions because, you know, I don't have anyone to watch him. And I couldn't really concentrate going by myself. I couldn't release what I needed to release during the sessions. So after that, I just held everything in. But try not to cry.
It's okay to cry.
Asked me if I was
really
okay.
is.
Like you said, no one asked me if I was okay. No one asked me. It's all about Khalil. Like when they contact me, what's Khalil doing? Is Khalil okay? Is he doing this? Whatever. It was days where I didn't eat, and then I wasn't able to produce breast milk as long as I wanted to. I think after 3 months, I couldn't produce any more milk because of my eating habits and me being all about him. Like me and you talked about neglecting ourselves for our children. And then not knowing what to do. Even now, I didn't notice that I was still going through it until I spoke with you earlier. Like I let you know I had a breakdown the other day, and I'm sorry. Like
It's
I had a
okay.
breakdown
It's
the other
okay.
day, and it's just hard, you know, especially when you're doing it on your own. And when you don't have any family where you are, and it's just you have the baby all day long, it starts to take a turn on your energy. Like I didn't have any energy. I wasn't nice to people. Then that caused even more anger between me and his father because I used to just get mad at him and then I lash out. And I'm like, why are you not helping me? You know, so it's serious to the point where I'm a strong woman and I know for a fact that I'm strong. But everyone needs help.
Yeah.
She disappeared.
I know I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I was checking something
Yeah, so
to make
I don't
sure
know.
I wasn't having a bad connection or anything.
Oh yes, I can hear you.
Yes, it's.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I can hear you. Before
All
you
right.
were breaking
So
out, but now you're good now.
yeah, I had to just make sure I wasn't. I had to check my connection and stuff while we was talking because it was breaking up, and I wanted to make sure I heard you clearly and everything was just, you know.
Yes.
I
You
knew that
breaking.
you was
Okay.
still going through postpartum depression.
Mhm.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, you
Yeah, earlier
breaking
when we
up.
spoke, I knew that you was going through. Oh, I am. Thank you
Oh,
for
now
telling me. Thank
you
you for
good now.
telling.
You good now.
Thank you for telling me. I didn't put the headset on today. I didn't put it
Oh
on
yeah,
today.
yeah.
I wanted to try it without the headset this time. You
Yeah,
know?
I can hear you now.
Okay. So, like I said earlier when we were speaking today, I knew you was going through postpartum depression. Started to tell me that you've been going through these episodes and you ended up breaking down the other day. You know, and you just didn't know why. You just
Yeah.
broke down. And those are signs. You understand what I'm saying? And then I also told you I had noticed as well your change in your demeanor on social media.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that stood out as well, you know, because the Nekhebet that I knew prior to pregnancy was all
Mm-hmm.
smiling
Yeah.
and, you know, playful, bright-eyed, you know, and so forth. And I'm like, okay, she's definitely going through something. She's going through something, but she's not saying anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she's not saying anything. My sister said, "You're breaking up a bit, sis." So thank you for telling me. I'm sorry. You know what? Real quick, you all, I don't know really what's going on with my connection lately and with the internet. I have like the highest speed, but for some reason, the last maybe week, just been having interruptions. So please bear with me on this here. Hopefully, I'll just end up changing location so we'll have a better connection, a stronger connection without the interruptions. But in any case, like I was saying, with you, it's very noticeable in some cases, depending on the pictures you post or the videos you post or even the statuses that you post, you know? And as a friend and a sister, it's say something like, hey, you know what, are you okay? What's going on? Or ask a question, how you feeling? You know, if you care that much about someone, ask how they are feeling. Ask how they are doing, mothers and fathers. Someone, you know what, someone commented, so we all go through that even as fathers. That's exactly what I said from the very beginning. I actually spoke on men. That's what I spoke on from the very beginning. I said that men go through postnatal depression, you know? So I didn't exclude the fathers here. Just so this is to both, but right now we are focused on Nekhebet right now. So, oh, she's someone. My sister said the baby's a cutie.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
So he is a cutie, but like I said, being a sister and a friend, it's my duty, and I'm obligated to say something, you know, and to ask you how you feel, what's going on with you, you know, do you need anyone to talk to? That's important because I know that I didn't have that. That, and I know how important it is, especially being a first time mother, you know, how important it is for someone to just ask, how are you doing? You know, how are you doing? And then it gets to the point where you start feeling like, okay, you don't matter. So you stop kind of caring about yourself. Stop caring about yourself. You lose that self love. You know what I mean? You lose that, and it's just kind of like, I don't feel like doing anything. You know. Speaking of, when I brought up the father situation, I actually knew a father that was like that personally. That two actually that was like that kind of just gave up on even their hygiene. You know, feet stinking like Frito-Lays and crap. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, just all kind of mess. You know, they just kind of gave up on themselves. Because why? Because a lot of the attention is normally just focused on either the baby or the mother. You know, like, what the heck? What about the dad who's in the picture? You know, especially the dads that actually live with the mom. The ones that are like actually living together, I should say.
And it is about the
and then it's like,
you're dealing with everything.
Hey, how you doing? No, how you doing? And they go straight to the mom and to the baby. So yeah, the dads be going through it too, like severely, especially like I said, that hygiene. Then they don't want to cut their damn hair. They don't want to shave their face or line up their beards. They just kind of stop caring. You know what I mean? It's like a done deal. And then the moms will go through the same thing where she don't want to fix her hair. She don't want to fix her hair. She done stopped taking care of her nails. You know what I mean? Toenails looking like God knows what. You know what I mean? Like they would been to kick some rock outside. You know, they just start looking at how their feet get all hard and crusty. You know what I mean? Their feet be hard and crusty and stuff. Like they just stop caring.
Stop playing.
I'm serious. Like, I'm serious. They kind of forget about taking care of self. They don't care anymore. It's just, I'm gonna take care of this baby and I'm gonna be funky. You know? That's what it be. I'm gonna take care of this baby. My arms is gonna be sweaty. You know, it's like they don't know, and then their friends aren't telling them to do better. Their friends are just, hey, what's up, sis? You know, knowing full well that sis stink. Knowing full well that sis hair need to be done. Knowing full well that sis lips are cracked and ashy looking. Knowing full well, like, a lot of stuff is not right. But their friends are not helping them through that process. So we as parents, mothers and fathers, for one, need more honest friends. Friends that can be honest. And tell us what's what. You know what I mean? Family that can be honest and tell us what's what. Yes. And then also family and friends that will listen without judging.
because that's the
You know?
biggest problem that I had. That's when I just shut down. Because I remember having a conversation with my mom, and I was telling her, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stressed out. Like, I ask her questions, like, how much milk do I give them? How do I know if I'm giving them too much? Like, I ask certain questions, and it's like I'm asking I get a dumb response. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking something stupid or I should already know. So that makes you not want to ask for help. And then even when you're venting, you're told, oh, don't be emotional. Focus on your baby. You should be happy. So it's like after you keep shutting me down when I'm trying to express myself, now I'm going to hold it in. And I'm not
No
going to talk to
compassion.
nobody. Yeah.
No compassion.
And that's when it started. I'm like, okay. Like, I knew that the day that I felt like when he was crying, and I'm like, okay, I felt myself losing my temper. I knew I had to step away. And after that, I'm like, okay, I can't do this because I'm going to have to go talk to somebody. But even
Mm-hmm.
now, I still feel like, me and you talked about the support groups and talking to someone. It doesn't hurt to speak to someone, even with therapy. I've been in and out of therapy my whole life, anger management,
Mm-hmm.
because of childhood, whatever happened, trauma. So I don't have a problem with speaking to someone, especially outside of family, because I'm
Right.
more comfortable with speaking outside of family.
Right.
It's just finding the time to do it. And that
Mm-hmm.
also ties into taking time to yourself to make sure that you're good.
Yes. Right. Right. And I hope, everyone, Nekhebet was on my audio podcast earlier, and we spoke briefly about this, and I suggested for her to join a support group. That is definitely something that parents, mothers and fathers should join our support groups, especially if they can join as a couple, a couple support group, if you're together, join as a couple, get into these support groups because there are other people who are struggling with what you're struggling with,
Mm-hmm.
and who are going through what you're going through. So, look at support groups. They're all on social media. You can look in if people still have telephone books, look in the telephone book. But you can definitely find, a local support group, and they're doing virtual meetings right now.
Yeah.
So join a support group so you can have that extra support that you need, because we all need that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, depression is not the way to go. With us, like we were speaking about earlier on the podcast, you'll have Billy and Jane going through depression. Billy will go in the whole house and shoot up the whole
Shoot
house
up the
because
whole
he's
house.
depressed.
Yeah.
Shoot up the whole house, everybody
Mm-hmm.
and the dog, because she depressed,
Yeah.
and herself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But what we do, we'll just sit back, like, you kind of just let ourselves fall apart. The dad will walk away, disappear. The mom will disappear mentally out of the children's lives for X amount of time, or sometimes the mom will disappear
Won't tap back
physically.
in. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, this is what happens with us, with a lot of our people, because they don't want to go and get help. They're too see account speak to someone who's a professional, or someone who has that experience in that area. There's just too much pride in a lot of our people,
Yeah.
and they feel embarrassed, shame.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Nice.
That smile is there, especially in the love for your baby. I just seen it. Yeah, she love that baby.
Yeah, I do. He's getting on my nerves right now, but I do.
He has something to say.
Yeah, what you got to say, baby?
He has something to say.
You want to tell the people something?
He had a lot to say during he was talking.
Yeah, you wait till we
He has
done.
something to say.
Wait
What
till
you
we
have
go
to
up.
say, Mr. Khalil?
What you have to say?
What you have to say, Mr. Khalil?
You depressed?
Heck no. He's
You
chilling.
teething? You depressed because you teething?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel you. I feel you, Kang. I feel you.
That's so cute. He's so cute. Getting some comments. Hold on, let me see what this person just said. That's my sister again. My love went with me to a breastfeeding support group, even though
He was the only man at
he
first.
was the only man at first of the fathers and mothers, but sometimes a good friend is just as good. So
I love
my
that.
sister's husband went with her to a breastfeeding support group. Yeah, that's how it should be. You know,
Yeah.
that's exactly how it should be. I didn't even know that. Shoot, I'm just finding this out. I didn't know that he went with her to a breastfeeding support group. She's telling me.
See,
Shoot.
I need that support.
Yeah, so that's beautiful. You know what I mean? That kind of support is what's needed, but that's when you're in that relationship, and when you have the relationship that that you're in, and that person supports you to that extent. In some cases, the man don't want to be around all these women and stuff, and he has to kind of break out of that. He has to break out of that just to support his woman,
Yeah.
in the process of whatever they're going through. But some men don't feel comfortable around a bunch of women like that. They don't want to be there. They don't want to be around all those hormones and those
All those
emotions.
hormones.
Yeah, and emotions and stuff like that. So that's good that he went.
Yeah. That's sweet.
So, that something else I think that helps out a lot. Well, I know helps out a lot is nature. We spoke about this earlier, going on nature walks. When you're
Yes.
feeling stressed and depressed, take a walk. Don't just get in the car, go out and take a walk.
Yes. That's
You know,
what
get that
actually
fresh
started to
air.
get me right, getting out of this house. And we go on walks every day. So that definitely helps because it just clears your mind. Staying in the house, working out, that doesn't help. I tried to do that. My brother's like, "Why don't you work out at home?" That does not help. You need to get out the house, get out the headspace that you're in, switch your surroundings. You gotta chill, man.
That's necessary. That's necessary. Definitely getting out and just bonding with Mother Nature. You know what I mean? The baby, he
Please be quiet.
he definitely wants some more attention.
Oh gosh, please be quiet.
He don't want to. He's gonna be a chatterbox.
He gonna act like me, you think? Oh man.
He don't want to be quiet. He got some things to say.
I'm not ready for him if he act like me. I'm not ready for that. Where you going?
Let me ask you something, Nekhebet.
What you doing? What's up, sis?
When you went into labor, right? This is a delivery question. When you went into labor, was you by yourself then, or like?
No, my doula actually came. She was here. Okay, my doula came and my mom was here. Hey.
I can hear you. You can go on.
Okay, so my doula was here and my mom was here. So I wasn't by myself. I did have them too. Just chill. Yeah, so I wasn't
But
by
Daddy
myself.
wasn't there.
No, he didn't come
But Daddy
to the
wasn't there.
hospital. No, he wasn't there. He didn't come to the hospital until the next day. Or no, he came the day that I delivered. So my water broke on the 27th, and I had him on the 28th at 6:45 a.m. So his dad came probably like 4 hours later. He was at work and couldn't get off because I did have a false alarm a couple days before, so he had took 3 days off, but I'm not sure why he did that because the baby wasn't here yet.
Maybe because he thought the baby was getting ready to come, so maybe that's why he took those days off.
Yeah, so
But
when my water did break, he wasn't there, but he did come after the fact to see him.
You did. And with you being a single parent right now, how active has he been? Has he been like?
Not at all. He's probably spent less than 10 hours with my son. Khalil be 7 months on the 28th. He spent not even 9 hours at the most with him. So he hasn't spent any time with them. After me and you actually had the conversation earlier, I did text him and ask him, "Are you depressed, or is there anything you going through that you need to talk about?" But he bottled stuff up. So
Did he respond back?
No, he didn't. He didn't respond back.
Give him some time. Give him some time. You know, he's probably sitting there trying to process the question. Probably trying to figure out, why did you text him that? Like,
Yeah,
is
he's
this
kind of slow. Yeah, it's gonna take
he's
some
probably trying to
time
figure
for
out,
him to
no,
process
he probably just trying to figure out, like, she's trying to set me up here, you know. He's probably trying to process the question. So just give
trying
him
to
some
figure it
time.
out.
Give him some time, because he'll most likely respond back. Yeah, yeah. He's trying to figure out, like,
Yeah.
what exactly to say and how to answer it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you was nice. You was nice when you text him, right?
Yeah. See, I'm
Okay.
usually nice unless I'm in my pop off mood, but most of the time, you know, I'm nice. I try to be nice because it's not about my feelings; it's about his. So
Right.
whenever I reach out or attempt to speak to him, I always try to hold my personal feelings back. I try.
You try.
Yeah.
You get emotional when you talk to him?
No,
You
not
know
like
what?
that. Um, well, the other day I did. Like 4 days ago, had a conversation and I didn't like the way the conversation went. So it upset me. Like it messed up my whole day. It messed up my whole day and the day after. So yeah, sometimes I do get emotional about it. But that was the first time in a long time.
Is it because you still have some type of feeling toward him?
Honestly, no. I don't have
You
any feelings
sure?
toward him. Yeah, I'm positive. I don't have any
Mm-hmm.
feelings toward him. I'm positively sure I don't ever want to patch that back up. My biggest fear is I grew up without a father. So I know how it feels and I know what I went through, with how me and my mom are, but I know what I went through with wishing that my dad was around. And the fact that, because his dad has two other sons. So the fact that he has the two other sons and, he's in their life, it pisses me off. It pisses me off for the most part because I don't want my son to see that, he takes care of his brothers, but not him.
Yeah.
So now come to find out he's not even taking care of his brothers now. So that's why when you said it, when you brought up the depression thing, I'm like, maybe that's what's going on because this is a totally different person from who I ever. If I knew it was going to be like this, I would have never. But he's a totally different person now. So when you did bring that up and say, that's what made me reach out to him because I'm like, okay, something has to be wrong because it's
Mm-hmm.
not you. And speaking to the other moms, and he's not doing anything for them. So it's definitely an issue there.
Yes, it sounds like it sounds like he's going through the prenatal postnatal depression. It
Mm-hmm.
sounds like that. It sounds like he's experiencing that.
Yeah.
That's why I wasn't so quick up guy or whatever. It just sounds to me like he's going through a depression,
Mm-hmm.
and he definitely needs someone to talk to, most
Yeah.
likely, because you said yourself he's a total different person than he was right before Khalil was born.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and then he's done stepped out of his other children's lives. He's not on his job anymore. All that is depressing.
Yeah.
All of that is depressing, and
Mm-hmm.
finances, period, can cause a serious rift between people,
Yeah.
mother and father, couples,
And
all that.
I think that's what it was at first, because when again Khalil was playing, so we had put together and was going to put money down on the house, and all this stuff was going on, and then he lost his job. So now it's like, okay, I'm the only one working, and then that's when stuff started to crack off. Like, all right, what's wrong
Yeah.
with you? Yeah,
It was hard for him to maintain a job and so forth.
yeah.
Yeah, it gets tough. It gets tough when you're the only person bringing in the income, but you gotta learn to stick through it, stick through
Mm-hmm.
it. If there's a will, there's a way, they say,
Right. Mm-hmm.
it starts maybe with downsizing. Some people
Mm-hmm.
live beyond their means. Maybe you need to downsize. I'm
Yeah.
speaking in general. You know what I mean? Stop paying $600 or $400 a month for that car, downsize,
Right.
you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that you can be able to properly so you can be able to live more comfortable, I
Maintain.
should say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Live more comfortably, and also be able to save money again, because
Mhm. Because babies come and take all
tail
that
off.
shit.
You know what I
Take the
mean? Stop.
whole
Too
shit.
many people do that.
Mhm.
Yeah, too many people do that. Too many people do that. And see, I'm not the one for it. I'm not the one for it.
Yeah.
Like, some people will call me a penny pincher or call me whatever. You call me whatever you
That's a
want, but you're not
compliment.
gonna, yeah, you call me whatever you want, but you're not gonna call me broke though, okay?
Right.
Because I'm going to make sure that my household is taken care of, my children are taken care of, and that's the bottom line. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I refuse to go broke over materialistic things,
Right.
over trying to impress people on social media,
Right.
over
Oh, we
trying
got a lot of them.
to impress people when you walk out the door. Yeah, it's a lot of them, a lot of them, a lot of them.
Mhm.
See, but I refuse to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I hold on to things. I carefully plan out stuff. And if I'm broke for paying my bills, then let me be broke for paying my bills, but at least my bills are paid. That's
Right.
what a lot of people need to think about. You understand what
Mhm.
I'm saying? A lot of people
Yes.
need to think about that, but they live beyond their means, and then they bump heads. They just had a baby, now they're bumping heads because
Mhm.
someone done lost a job or lost their whatever their stream of income coming in. So now they can't
Mhm.
go out and buy that new game, or they can't go out
Yeah.
and buy that new weed for their daggone head. You know what I mean? Whatever it might be,
Newport.
they can't go out and splurge like they normally do. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So that causes
Yeah.
problems. It causes problems. And then
Mhm.
people actually, oh, yes, people actually get depressed over the fact that they can't go and get their damn hair done. They can't go and get their nails done. They can't go and they can't
I've seen a lot of that these few weeks with this
go and
quarantine.
I don't know, get depressed over that.
Yeah, with this
Yeah, the people
quarantine,
get
I've
really
seen a
depressed over
lot.
that. And they're
I'm like,
already
do
going
your
through it.
own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they already going through it. They're already going through it with the fact that they got a new baby or they got some children they got to take care of. And they're already going through it. Now they're allowing the fact that they can't get their hair done and their nails done or their face
Mhm.
lined up, whatever
Like,
they call it.
yeah.
Now they're really big old depression. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like some a lot of our people, bottom line, they don't have their priorities together.
Right.
They don't have their priorities together. You
Mhm.
can take care of yourself
Mhm.
without having to spend all your money going out to have someone take care of you.
Right.
Learn how to do your
Exactly.
own hair. Learn
Exactly.
how to cut your own head. Learn how to shave. Learn how to fix your
Mhm.
own nails. You know what I mean? Learn how to
Yeah,
do your
do your
own
own
damn
feet.
toes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
just
don't be going
learn.
to do it yourself.
Yes, yes. Simple as
Especially if you're not supporting your
that. Just
own.
learn.
When you're
But
getting your feet and
to
your nails
fall into a
done.
depression behind this.
Right.
Right, 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 girl. Please, But you know what? Like I said, when I went through the depression, I didn't care nothing about no daggone nails and hair. I was looking a hot mess. I
That's my
was.
mama told me. I saw my mom one day. Well, we used to video call all the time. She was like, "You're not gonna fix yourself." I was like,
Mm,
"I haven't had time." Like breastfeeding in itself is a full-time job. I don't think people
mm-hmm.
understand how much energy it takes to breastfeed. Cause then it's like the baby is always hungry, and then when they breastfeed, I'm getting contractions while I'm breastfeeding, and then I'm worrying about if you drinking enough milk. I'm falling asleep, like so it's a lot. That's a lot by itself. She's like, "You're not gonna do nothing with yourself." I'm like,
No,
sit here look like a
no,
troll dog. Leave me alone.
no. But see, at least she said something to you. Like, you know what? You're looking a little hot over there.
You looking crazy. Do
You're
your
gonna do
hair.
something right. You know, like you're looking crazy now. She brought it up.
Mhm.
She brought it up.
Yeah. Yes, she
She brought it
did.
up.
Do
You're
your
not
hair.
looking right. You're not looking. Mm, you're not something looking. I don't know, girl. Your hair
Yeah.
messy. You know. So sometimes
Stop. Stop
that's
that.
what needs to be said, though. Someone needs to say to you, "Are you okay over there? Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Everything all right?
Why
Sometimes
your
that's
hair
all it
looking like
takes.
that? Why you got them
Sometimes that's
bags
all
on
it
your
takes, and
eyes,
then
girl?"
you have a full breakdown as soon as somebody asks you that. That's all it takes.
Mhm. Yeah. Yep, that's all it takes. That's all it takes. And you know what? And let's talk about, for example, Nagusa's dad. But
Wait,
he is
you broke
so
up.
active. Okay, Nagusa's dad, right? Patak.
Uh-huh.
He's
Yeah.
so active. He's so active with Nagusa, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he allows me to do all the work. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he'll do everything that the mom will do throughout
Yeah.
the night. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I just look at him like, like interesting. You know, like
Yeah.
this is interesting.
Thank
You know,
you.
this is very interesting. But then you have to look. You gotta look at their eyes sometimes. Like, is he tired? Like, someone, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? You gotta pay attention to certain things. Like, is he okay himself? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, are you okay? And I'll ask him something. Are you okay? Like,
Uh-huh.
are you okay? All right,
Everything
all right.
good?
Just making
Yeah.
sure. You know, just making sure
Mm-hmm.
because we don't need no damn meltdowns. You know,
Right.
because especially with that testosterone.
Oh, yes.
You know, the men when they get, you feel what
Yeah,
I'm
they probably
saying?
go
When they
off.
depressed, they depressed.
What's that song? Go off.
So
Go
it's like
off.
you gotta, yes, yes. So we look, you just gotta, especially with the men, like when they're, especially like a man is a single father. If you know
Mm-hmm.
any single fathers, check on him. You know, check on that man.
Yeah.
Make sure he is okay
Because
because
it's a lot.
they're the main ones that don't like talking about their emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how they're feeling. Check on them single fathers.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, you need me to come through? You want me to cook something tonight? You know,
Yeah. Men
what's
hold
going on
stuff
with the
in.
kids?
Women hold stuff in, but men will hold it tight and,
Yeah.
and won't
Uh-huh.
release.
Yeah, they'll hold it tight and they'll hop on their damn game and go kill some people on the game. You know, like so like you gotta check on them. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta check on them because that's the last thing we need too is for them to damn break down and be a hot
Yeah.
mess and just be all over the place and not in their right mind. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we gotta come together as a family, as a unit. You, me, our quote unquote friends on social media. We gotta reach out to each other and talk to each other and just say, are you okay?
Yeah.
You know, are you okay? Single fathers on my page. Single parent fathers, you
Are
know,
you all
on my
right?
page. And
Yeah.
I do have quite a few, you know, and sometimes I'll send something over. If I see something I look a little strange that they're posting, hey, are you okay, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you right? All right.
Yeah.
You know, hit me up if you need to talk.
Everything good? Yeah.
Yeah, if you need to talk. That's how hit me up. Like, are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Because I know firsthand how it is to be a single parent, you
Yeah.
know? So we just
And
gotta
it's
look out,
hard.
yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta look out more for each other.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard mentally, you
Yeah.
know, mentally it can be very, very like trying,
Draining. Yes.
very trying, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And you just gotta be strong. You gotta do your best to be strong. And if you feel yourself breaking down, if you feel yourself getting weak, reach
Mm-hmm.
out to someone. Like I said earlier, speak to a professional or speak to
Mm-hmm.
someone that you know you can trust. And
Right.
and then if you're really feeling like some kind of way, contact them. You
That's
know,
your suicide prevention. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, if you really feeling some kind of way, contact
Mm-hmm.
them because
Yeah. If you get to the point where you start
we
getting mad, you
yeah,
gotta remove yourself. Like I said, I had to remove myself because I started like, okay, I don't want to hurt this baby, so let me remove myself and take a breather. Like
right,
that
right,
scared me. That scared me
right,
when I felt
right.
like that. I'm like, okay, I need to go talk to somebody.
Yes, yes, you have to. You have to when you know when you're getting ready to snap. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? You know this. Step
Yeah.
aside. Step aside. Get away from that baby.
Hmm.
Get away.
Yeah.
Get yourself together. Call someone. Can you please get in my house and sit with my baby? Because I'm not feeling like myself. I feel like I'm getting ready to snap.
Yeah.
Please, I need help.
Hmm.
You know, someone will listen and they will respond to you.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And then you
Hmm.
call that number if you need to, or go to a hospital,
Right.
go to the emergency room. If
Mm-hmm.
you're feeling suicidal or homicidal or violent in any way because you're depressed, if you have no one to talk to, you understand what I'm saying? Like, just
Mm-hmm.
go and don't think, oh my gosh, they're gonna take my baby, or oh my gosh, they're gonna put me in a mental hospital. No, don't think that. Just
Yeah.
go get the help that you need, because they will have the answers. They'll have
Right.
numbers like this and more.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
And
saying?
you don't want
They'll
to
have,
mess up your life because of a feeling, because of emotion that you
right.
can get rid of, or that can, can be walked.
You know what? There was something I shared in my book, my first book I spoke about, earlier. And something I went through at one point in time when I was going through depression, I felt life. And I contacted my sister, and I gave my sister all my children's information. I told her, I said, you know what, if I die today, or something happens to me tomorrow, I want you to take my children if you can. Please, I want them to stay together. I don't want them to be separated. I don't want them to be in a system, but I don't feel like I can do this anymore. And I felt so alone, so hurt, so lonely. I was so angry with being a single parent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that happened on that one day. I cried. My sister sat on the phone with me for a minute, she was like, okay, all right. She was in Florida at the time. I was in Vegas. She was like, okay, all right, it's gonna be okay. She was telling me it's gonna be okay, and I talked to you, and she was listening. You understand what I'm saying? But at the same time, I was like, she don't understand. I'm just I'm just, but after I spoke to her and I hung up, I went and listened to some Keisha Cole. I'll never forget.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to some Keisha Cole, and I was listening to some Erica Badu, two different, vibes,
Yeah.
and pulled myself together. I pulled myself together. You know what I mean? And then I went to
Mm-hmm.
go see a counselor the next day.
See.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The next day I went because it was too late to go that day, and I went the next day to see a counselor. But that night I just listened to some music, and I was like, okay. I
And
drunk
put
me.
you in the right space.
Yeah, I got real nice, smoked me a blunt, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get right. I'm gonna get right. And I got right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I got right. And I've actually gone through that where I needed to call this daggone number on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know about that number.
Yeah.
I just felt like my life is over. I'm tired of being a single parent. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? I'm tired. And I was tired of crying on the inside and not on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So those are things that we all go through, men and women, us, our people,
Mm-hmm.
we'll quit and won't let it out on the outside.
Right.
And we'll walk away from a situation instead of trying to fix the situation,
Mm-hmm.
resulting in single parents,
Yeah.
and that's something we have to learn how to work through. We got to work through these type of problems and so forth, so we don't end up single parents, so that
Right.
we can stay together, as a union and so forth, and work through certain things,
Mm-hmm.
especially like depression. If you're in a relationship, talk to your partner and let them know I'm depressed.
Yeah.
I'm depressed. What can we do together as a team, to help me with this situation,
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to ask your significant other, are they depressed? How are they feeling?
Right.
Don't be so selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be so selfish. Like I said, especially when you having these children, this happens all the time. It can happen to, like I said, a mother or a father who done had a 6 or 7 baby. They could still go through postpartum depression, or that paternal postnatal depression, the
Yeah.
man's depression or the woman's depression. They can still go through it. It don't matter how many children they have. You know what I mean? So ask,
Yeah.
how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And then a lot of women, when they're pregnant, they start to go through depression right before they even have the baby.
Yeah. Like me, I did.
That's sad. That's sad. A lot of women do. They end up going through right before the baby come out. They already starting to
Mhm.
go through depression. You know, so it's always good to have a loyal companion, a
Mhm.
loyal friend, and a loyal family member.
Right.
Loyal. That's my sister name too, y'all. But
Loyal. Her name Loyal.
yes, so loyal friend, a loyal family member. Yeah, yes, have that system. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
always good, but we all don't have loyal friends or loyal family members, so we do have to turn to this.
Yeah. And always
We don't
reach
even have
out.
loyal companions, huh?
And always reach out. Because just
Yeah,
because somebody
always.
looks okay doesn't mean that they are. No.
Right, right, right.
Especially
Exactly.
Black people. We put on good masks to hide whatever we going through.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Especially Black women who like to put all that makeup on their face. They've been done
Yeah.
covered up every wrinkle,
Covered up
every
everything.
they cover up every bag, every dark spot. They done put all the cover up all over their face. They look
Yeah.
like a whole new person. You know what I mean? Like you can't even tell with some of these Black
Cover it
women.
up real good.
Girl, they 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 go to bed brown skin and come out the house light skin. Okay,
Yeah. Neck be different color.
all different color. They done put the whole mask on. You can't even tell what's wrong with them. All you know is that their face look like a clown or something. I don't know,
Yes.
but
I'm like,
it's
what you
just
going through?
yeah. You don't know. You can't even tell with some of these women seriously because you can't see
Hmm.
dark spots. You can't see bags. You can't see anything. They
Yeah.
done covered the wrinkle. They don't put so much makeup on you can't even see a wrinkle. You know what I mean? Like for real. So I'm being serious. Like you the one said something about a mask. I wasn't even gonna say nothing, but I was thinking about it.
Yeah. Put on the masses.
They be putting them on. They put them on, you know. They putting them
Yes.
on. And then, nowadays some of these guys like to put on a little bit of makeup themselves themselves. You know what I mean? They going up in there powdering their face. Like, what? But
A
hey,
little zesty, ain't you?
mm, I don't know. I don't know. That's a whole nother segment we're gonna talk about with these guys and that makeup. You know?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to be on that one.
God, guys in that makeup messing with they baby mama purses and stuff. Stay out their closet.
Hmm. Playing them panties.
Stop it. We need our warrior class men to stay warrior class men. All
Please
right.
do. Please
Please
do.
stop the feminization. All right.
Ugh.
We need
Stop
you.
watching TV.
We need you. We
Yeah. And don't be like
need you
Boosie either.
strong. Like you don't need those. We don't need none of them weak black men running around. Okay. We need you
Right.
strong.
Exactly.
And we need we need these women to stop, supporting that nonsense too.
Supporting their own demise. Let's talk about
Yes.
that. I don't
Yes.
understand that.
Yes. But anywho, that's a whole nother topic. But
Yeah.
yes, these men are putting on some powder on their face too, trying to cover up their dark spots.
Mhm.
I can tell in y'all pictures. Okay, I can tell y'all doing something. Something. I don't know what y'all doing, but you don't look the same in all your pictures. Okay, so anyway, I'm just saying it be the men and the women. Real,
Oh, yeah, that's
got
crazy.
to. You gotta let us know. Let us know there's something wrong. You're not happy with the way you
Yeah,
look. Talk to us.
speak out.
Talk to us.
We got you.
Please. Don't put makeup on. Don't do the Photoshop. Say, hey sis, I need to talk. I'm feeling like an old man right now. I'm feeling like I'm losing myself. I'm feeling stressed out. I'm feeling depressed. I'm feeling like, my life is just over for whatever reason you feel like your life is over. Reach out to someone. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Don't go putting the whole mask on. Don't copy these women out here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Speak.
Mask off.
Yes, speak. Please speak. In any case, that definitely needs to be addressed too with our brothers out here that are going through the depression and so forth and going through these changes where they're just, I don't know, like I personally, real quick, this has nothing to do with this subject, but I personally like how the men dress in the 90s.
Yeah.
how they
when their
dressed back.
jeans wasn't this tight.
Yeah, in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, I liked that. I liked the tall tees and all that, and the baggy pants and all that. I didn't like the pants
Mhm.
falling off their butt because some of the men
Yeah,
still bagging. They were still baggy, but without their
but
butt
without
showing.
sagging. Yeah,
I liked that. I liked when the men were looking like that.
yeah.
I
Because
don't
now
like how
their pants so tight. Their pants be tighter than ours.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Like, I don't like that at all. It just doesn't
Yeah.
look masculine to me.
Right.
I don't like that crap. Like, ugh.
Me either.
And that's why I get on my boys. I get on my sons. I don't want my sons walking around no tight old pants.
Tight pants.
Like stop it.
Stop
Tight
doing
pants,
it.
hugging their and stuff. Like
Hugging their
no.
thighs.
I've been run out to the store real quick and buy them some new clothes. I'm throwing these jeans in the trash. They look like they getting
Yeah.
like I'm not with all that. I don't support that nonsense. Okay, I just
Me
don't.
either.
I don't
Yes.
support it.
I don't either. We raising kings around here, okay?
I don't support it. Leave the leggings, the tight jeans, and the shorts that go above the kneecaps to the women. Okay,
Yeah.
leave
And those pants and the dress
hugging shorts.
pants like cut at the ankle. Those two.
Yeah, yeah. Please, leave that to the women. We don't want to. I know I don't want to see your buns through your jeans. Okay.
Right. We don't like that, Khalil.
Mm-hmm. I
He
don't
looking
want
like
to.
what? He looking like what? We don't like
Yeah, girl. I don't. That, like I said, that's a whole nother subject, a whole nother topic.
that.
Because I can go on and on about this mess, on and on and on. I don't even know when this happened. I don't know when it started. I just know I woke up one day and boom, men were wearing leopard
Little
pants.
pants. Or
Yeah.
the nails. I see men with fake nails.
Oh, girl. Yes. Yeah. But that's this new hip hop culture that's I think getting in these men heads.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop culture.
It's crazy.
Yeah, man, it is crazy when you seeing Young Thug
Yeah.
and these other guys painting their nails different
And
colors,
in
walking
dresses.
around wearing dresses. Remember that picture I shared of Young Thug in that daggone dress?
Yeah, in that purple dress.
Like, man, please get out of here, man. Like, we don't need no
Yeah.
fairy tale men
I don't
running
want
around.
no part in that.
No fairy tale men running around. That's depressing alone, y'all. Call the National Suicide Prevention Line on them. Okay?
Yeah, call them.
Yeah, call them. Call them because their masculinity is being killed off.
Right.
All right? They need help.
Willingly.
Seriously. Like they reach out to whoever it is. If you see that drastic change, something is going on. Talk to these men. Talk to
Right.
them. Talk to them. And talk to your sisters too when you see them start just doing the most, something that they normally don't do. Something that's just not like them. Talk to these women. Talk to your brother. Talk to them. Don't just go past or like they post, because you see it, just like it because you're support. No, that's not support. Talk to their ass.
Yeah. Sometimes, and a lot of times people cry out on Facebook or on social media, and people still don't reach out. So if you see somebody that's posting something that looks depressing to you or like a cry for help, sometimes all they need is somebody to talk to.
Yeah. Yes, it's true.
Because
All
a
they
lot
need
of
is
times
someone to
people that
talk
do
to.
commit suicide, there's always signs afterwards. And you don't want to be the person to say, "Oh, I seen the signs, but I didn't reach out."
Yeah. I just, oh my goodness, I don't even want to talk about the suicide stuff, but that's true. They normally put out the signs right before they do it.
Yeah.
And they'll put it on social media real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Right before it's done.
Yeah.
Think about these parents, these moms that been committing suicide right after their baby's born. Baby be like 3 months old and they're killing themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Killing themselves.
And, we have a lot of cases where the mother's killing the child in our community, where the mothers are killing their child or
sticking them in ovens.
Yeah, I seen that shit. I
Sticking
seen
them,
that.
sticking them in ovens, putting
Or
them in
in
the
the
microwave,
freezer.
doing weird
Yeah,
stuff.
doing weird ass shit. Or sticking a kid in the freezer, freezing the baby to death.
hmm
Or drowning them in the toilet. I've seen that one. I'm like, what the hell?
Drown them in the daggone toilet. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about when I speak about that depression. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I mean? That's not being treated. If it was being treated, it could have been prevented. You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? When it comes to them
Mm-hmm.
trying to kill children, that's something that could be
Right.
prevented if the depression was being treated.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But a lot of our people have so much pride they won't go and seek help,
Right.
and they
And
don't
they
want
end up
no
affecting
either.
them all.
They're too scared of being judged. Forget them. Forget them. Someone judge you, then guess what? They ain't meant to be in your life. Cut them off.
Right.
Let them go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If they want to be so quick to judge.
Yeah.
What's going on here? We getting some comments. No Peter Pan dress code for men. Oh, they talking about okay, this oh they're talking about we were talking about with the gay guys. Yes, soldier. We need a soldier. Yes.
Right. Thank
hmm
you.
hmm
No down low soldier either.
We
I want
talking
a
about
no
yeah.
limit soldier.
Uh-huh. We talking about sort of the kind that Beyonce was talking about. Them guys up top from the BK. You know, they know how to put that money three ways.
Right. Right.
For real.
That's
You
what we
know,
need.
that kind of soldier. I thought I told you that no soldier type of soldier.
That's the best. He said no Peter Pan.
And
Peter Pan did have some little ass pants on.
everything on he was wearing tights.
With that he had a V-neck.
He was wearing tights. He was like a ballerina.
Mm-mm.
He was like a ballerina.
See, that's for their community. They can have that.
You
We
know?
don't need that over
I
here.
don't
We don't need that over here.
know. Yeah.
That's another
I
field.
know. You won't
We
ever
don't do that.
you won't catch me with nobody looking like
We don't
that.
do that. We don't do that, Khalil. Khalil
You
agree with
see,
her.
he's chilling, baby chilling, baby chilling.
Mm-hmm.
So someone got lost. That gay culture. Yes, yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes. Speak on it. Speak on it. Yes, penny
Found
pincher.
it.
That's a compliment. Yep.
Yeah,
Someone said a penny pincher is a compliment, just like
that's
what
a
you
good
said.
compliment. Yeah.
I'm definitely a penny pincher. I'm sorry. Call me what you
With
want.
coupons and all of
Call me
that.
what you. I'm not gonna go through. I'm not gonna be depressed. I'm not gonna be depressed, and then on top of that, have to worry about having to pay bills. You
Bills,
understand what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, or having to worry about having to get diapers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've gone through
Yeah.
that already before. I've been in that situation before. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I refuse to go back into that situation again where I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna get some damn diapers? You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And I'm already depressed. Now I'm worrying about buying diapers and wipes.
Right.
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
Them are expensive, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. So in any case, this was a great build. I apologize for my screen freezing, y'all. Whoever might have seen the screen freezing.
No, hush. You were doing so good. Hush. Okay, I'm sorry, sis.
Oh, hi, William. Peace, peace. I've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes now. We've been talking about depression, suicide, building a bond with your significant other. We've been talking about fathers who are considered or called deadbeat dads when they're really not really a deadbeat dad. They're just going through depression. Then they end up deadbeat dads because they're scared to come back around the mother because now the mother's mad and angry. And now she's the bitter
Yeah, bitter baby
mom.
mom.
This is the type of things we get talking. You know, yeah, just to sum it all up, but it's really been about, facing that demon, which is depression, and how we go about healing it, and, getting back to our normal selves. And again, like I said, I've been through it. She's currently going through it with postpartum depression. And we're just here to support each other. The brothers and the sisters, we just here to support. If you need someone to talk to, reach out to someone that you trust, or go get that professional help from someone who's experienced. It doesn't have to necessarily be from a therapist or from a counselor. You can go speak to a life coach, a experienced life coach. You know what I mean? Or go talk to someone that in your family, if you have family that you can entrust in, because some family like have that blabber mouth, them diarrhea mouths, and we don't need diarrhea mouth people. So talk to someone that you can trust. Or if anything, if you need to talk to me, I'm here. Y'all know how to reach me. Now, if I don't respond back fast enough, please forgive me, because y'all know I have like 5 different pages, and it's hard for me to keep track of all these pages at times. But I do have a website, IamFariX.com, and I offer free coaching when it comes to relationships and success. But right now we're talking about relationship coaching when it comes to self-love, care, and so forth. I offer that. So if you do need to speak to someone, I am here. I'm open here. And I'm non-judgmental on top of that. And I'm very honest as well. I will tell you the truth. And if that's what you want, then come to me and I'll help you. I have no problem. I'll do what I can to help you, I should say. And again, my website is IamFariX.com. If I do not respond back in my messages, because I have like 5 different pages.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very, very hard for me to keep up on, especially when I'm running businesses and I'm being a mother and so forth. So it's a little hard at times. But please reach out to me or someone if you do need. What is this? So many people have went through things like that, so really need to reach out to other people and able to come out of that depression. Yes, William lied. A lot of people have gone through it and are currently going through it. So if you need someone to talk to, like I said, reach out to someone that is experienced, a professional, or someone that you can entrust, or call this number on the screen, the National Suicide Prevention Line. Someone is there for you at all times. There's 24-hour line.
24 hours. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. Well, I want to wrap this up. It was great having you on. It was so great having you.
Thank you. I'm so sorry about Khalil.
I really love, yeah. It's okay. I'm a mommy. There's a lot of mommies and daddies out here that knows how it is to have a baby that has a lot to say.
Yeah.
You know how it is. It is okay. It is okay. I'm not the one to be judging. Shoot, my children be loud as heck. So I'm not the one to be judging at all. Shoot. I'm just happy to see you smiling and with the baby, and it's just good to see you like that.
Thank you.
If you ever need to talk to me, Nekhebet, I'm here.
Yes, you always there. I will most definitely reach out. You actually told me that when I first had him. You told me. You messaged me and asked me if I was okay. Stop.
Yeah.
He's teething right now.
Yeah, because I know how it is.
Oh, wow.
I know how it is. He's teething.
Yes, like crazy. Okay.
Get him one of those little frozen. Put pacifier in the freezer. Give him something that's gonna numb his teeth.
Something that numbs it.
Yes.
Okay.
Without the Novocaine, without that baby Orgel, get him something that's just gonna numb his gums. Get a baby toy to put in the freezer or something like that, so he can gnaw on it.
Okay, I do have like these keys.
The
The little keys, the teething keys. I just bought some, so they're in the freezer right now. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I wouldn't suggest putting the baby oil on
Good.
but numb his gums up.
Okay.
All right, sis. It was great having you on. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Thank
It looks like we
you.
got a couple more comments. Let's see what's going on. Oh, I'm saying segment is over, Mom. Mom, it's time to go.
What'd she say? I'm saying segment over, Mom.
It is over, Mom.
Yeah, he is. He getting mad.
Me time.
Oh,
Let's
look.
go.
He sleep now.
Yeah.
Why you didn't do that
But
at first?
again, let me take this comment off though, so people can get. Again, it was great having you on. I appreciate everyone who tuned in, everyone who chimed in, everyone who left comments. Again, if you need anyone to talk to, hit up the National Suicide Prevention Line. That's if that's your last resort. If you don't have a friend to talk to, a family member, if you can't get a therapist or call to the National Suicide Prevention Line, because someone is there to help you 24/7. Okay,
Yes.
you do not have to go through that depression alone. You don't have to go through it
Right.
alone. You don't have a companion to talk to, a friend, like I said before, a family member, or a coach or therapist. Contact the National Suicide Prevention Line as soon as possible
Mm-hmm.
and work
Yes,
on what's going on within you. It's time to take care of self. For real, take care of yourself and get back to who you was before that depression kicked in.
Yes,
I
self-love.
love you today. I love you all, and I just want everyone to be in a better space mentally. So, till next time, I'll be back on Wednesday with C Notes, female MC out of Baltimore, Maryland. She'll be on, and we'll be doing a little freestyle session, all that good stuff. I can't wait.
Oh,
I love me some hip hop.
yeah.
So, yes. So I'll see you all on Wednesday, and we're out. Peace, love, and light.
It's the scoop with Fari. Go off.